What I wanna try.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. So it's 5:45 a.m. right now. It's May 31st, Tuesday. I'm going to kind of just like walk you through what it's like a day here in Korea, a day in the cut. Right now, today actually marks 10 weeks of dieting. I woke up this morning at 204.4. It's not the lowest I've weighed in within the last 10 weeks. The lowest I've weighed in is 204.2 a couple days ago. But consistently over the last 10 weeks, we've had low weigh-ins every week, which I'm really happy about. So I woke up this morning around 5 o'clock, ate overnight pumpkin chocolate oats that I made last night, and then I'm about to go into PT. I think we're doing like a 3 to 4 mile release run today. So I'll take the GoPro and just kind of show you what we're doing. I don't take this camera around with me like the Canon 70D or my Sony RX100 Mark III. This is like the only thing I will use the GoPro for is military training stuff or PT sessions, just so I can show you guys a little bit more of what I
need
do.
to stop. I've been doing too much. I've been running too fast. I've been testing my luck. I've been living cloud nine. I've been at it all night. I've been feeling so loved. I've been waking up late. I've been making up shit. I've been spilling my guts. I've been feeling so blessed, but stressed all day. So I'm living out my dreams like every night. I love my life.
So I finally received my shakers. I know a lot of you guys have already ordered them and already got them, but with me being over here, it just takes a lot longer for me to get the stuff than it does for you guys. It has to get through customs and all this stuff. So this is the one side of the shaker bottle, and the other side is just Bare Performance Nutrition logo. So it's like a vibrant yellow, black top, black text. They're on the site right now for $4.99. And then when I'm talking to manufacturers, I wanted to do the ball a little different because typically, like if it's the spiral, like metal stuff, I just throw it out. So we decided to go with like this black little ball, break up protein powders, whatever you use. I typically don't use that in the shaker bottle. I'll just throw it away. But I wanted to do something different for people that do like using it, just because I really don't like that wire little ball that comes in most. All right, so I'm going to point out, I know that I'm pretty pasty white at the moment, but here's the backstory behind it. So I started going tanning at this place off Post when I first started my cut. I wanted to get a little darker, a little tanner to draw some definition as I got deeper into a deficit. And then after I went a few times, my skin started getting irritated. So I did some research and I found that it's like a sign of bad bulbs, of overexposure from the rays in the bulbs. And that, this place right off Post, right off Camp Casey, it's pretty sketchy. It's in the place called the Ville, where there's a lot of like cheap bars and a lot of the juicy girls are hanging around. Wasn't of the highest of standards. I'm sure there wasn't any like health code that they were following. So I decided to play it safe, stop going there, and I'll just try to get like a natural tan on the weekend. But I wanted to talk about training for a little bit. So right now my training is hypertrophy specific training. And people have been asking like exactly what I've been doing, if I could write down my workouts and how I've been training. And really I'm just applying a theory or a principle to each workout. So I go in depending on what body part I'm training that week or that day, and it's based off a 6-day split right now. And say for example today, like I was training back and biceps. I'll choose around 4 exercises for back, 3 for biceps, and I'll keep it about 4 sets total, 8 to 15 reps for each set. And there's no really program I'm following. Like when I'm focusing on powerlifting or strength, there's a program that I'm specifically following based off of percentages of my 1 rep max, and that changes on a weekly basis depending on like auto regulation. Right now though, I'm just applying a principle or theory to my training to break down the muscle fibers as much as possible while still training safe and optimally to increase my mass and size or maintain as much as possible during the cut. During a cut you're trying to increase or maintain intensity and keep as much muscle mass on as possible while losing as much body fat. And that's really my main focus right now. I don't have specific workouts or exercises that I do on specific days, but there's just a theory and a principle that I'm applying. And one of those theories and principles is contraction, focus, and that mind muscle connection. It's one thing that I see a lot of people performing wrong in the gym especially here at Camp Casey for some reason. It's worse here than it was back in Texas. But a lot of people want to use weights that they're not comfortable with or can't handle, and you end up not being able to focus on that muscle group you're trying to train. So for example, like the bicep curl. If you use a weight that's too heavy, you're going to start incorporating your shoulders, your back, you're going to start swinging the weights a little bit, and it's going to take the focus off the bicep heads and place it on other muscle groups. So you're not training as efficiently, as effectively as possible to get the most out of that muscle that you're trying to train at the moment and create a greater stimulus. Here's what I've been using for my hair recently, and the reason being is Joel was watching my videos and he was like, dude, your hair is super dry. So this has made the biggest difference. Coconut milk shampoo, and then the coconut milk conditioner made with coconut milk, coconut oil, ultra whipped egg white proteins. Honestly, it's made like a huge difference. It gets super soft now as opposed to dry. Alright, so just got off of work right now. It's like 5:30. What I typically do during the week is I keep my meals pretty consistently the same, just because it's easy, it's convenient, unless I really want to like try making something different or new. But I have it set up right now where most of my meals are the same, and then I'll just like copy paste in MyFitnessPal, and the night prior I'll just set up all my meals, my macros, so everything's just set and ready for the next day. So dinner typically has just been like one big salad with cut up cucumber, some honey mustard, and then fat-free Italian dressing. So that's like my volume size meal right there. And then on the side, 2 servings of refried beans, the fat-free ones, and then between 7 and 8 ounces of chicken. Tonight I have like 7.5 ounces of chicken. So that's gonna be my last meal of the night. And I don't really like eat based off of time, but recently like the way it's been working is just like my first meal's at 5 a.m. My second meal was between 10 and 11 a.m. My third meal was around 2 to 3 p.m. And then my last meal between like 5 and 6 p.m. That way I have like consistent meal timing so that my weigh-ins are more, I'd say, readily consistent on a daily basis. So as I film this video, it's the day after Memorial Day. But for you guys, like as of right now, real time, it is Memorial Day for you guys. And I had a lot of people ask me questions why I didn't do a Memorial Day sale on my website for my supplements. And to tell you the truth, like I really thought long and hard about this one. It just didn't seem right doing a sale on Memorial Day. I mean, like the intent of doing sales for companies is to overall increase revenue to their business. And on a day like Memorial Day, where you're remembering the people that gave their life for this great country, to me it just didn't seem like a reason to do a sale. It just didn't feel right to me. And I brought this up on Snapchat, but it's just the way I personally felt about today. It's really hard to get filming done during the week, like during the duty day, because we work like this morning, got to work around 9:30 and I was there till 5, and there's really not an opportunity to film. But today what we did was we changed the command. So I got a new boss, a new commander for our company, and it made me start thinking like that would be my next job if I would have stayed in the military. So I came to a crossroads a few months ago, and it was either stay in the Army or get out. And if I would have stayed in, I had a few options. One was just stay like regular Army. The other one was apply for a specialty position, like I applied for that LURS unit. I made the unit, it's just my brigade won't let me go. I could have applied for Ranger Regiment, Special Forces selection, and that's really about it. That's what I could have done next. So typically, like for an officer, your route is you come in, you do your platoon leader time, you do your executive officer time, which is like a company commander's assistant, and you deal with resources and logistics, and then you move on to company command. And that would have been my next job. Luckily for me, like I'll be a PL my entire time in the Army, which is very rare, but like very sought after. And if I would have stayed traditional route, what I would have done is, after getting back from Korea, I would have went back to Fort Benning for 6 months to do the Captain's Career Course, where you learn how to be a company commander and everything that's encompassing in that position. And then I would go to a new unit and be a company commander somewhere in charge of like 120 infantry guys. So that was like the crossroads I came to a few months back, and I really debated on staying in for like 1 or 2 more years to get company command time. And I was gonna apply, and I started to apply for a Ranger regiment. And like I know all the infantry platoon leaders in my battalion right now, they applied for Special Forces selection, and they're all going to selection here in a few months. But when I came to the point, it was like, what do I really want to do? Because if I would have stayed in, that's really committing more time, more energy, and it wasn't really what my passion was behind. Like, if you talk to anyone that's around me on a daily basis, they can tell you, like, my passion is my business, my supplement company, YouTube, doing this kind of stuff. And I had to really make a decision for myself at this point, like, what was going to make me the happiest. And I decided to leave the Army after my initial contract and do what I was really, like, dreaming of accomplishing. And we'll see in a few short months how that works out. But I kind of just wanted to bring that up. Like, that was where the crossroads I came to, and those were my options post platoon leader time. So that is the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. So we go to the field on Friday. We're there till Monday. And what I was thinking about doing, I might take like my smaller camera with and try to just get clips of when we're in the field while we're training, what we're eating, and kind of what we're doing, just to bring to life some more military training to you guys. And if I have the opportunity to, I will. But I can't promise anything at this point. So I will talk to you guys in the next video.